Mario Party 8 is the 8th installment of the Mario Party series on a home console and is the first Mario Party game on the Wii. With being a Nintendo Wii release, the most notable feature would happen to be the strong use of motion capabilities in both minigames and gameplay. 73 minigames will be seen for the time of playing, and the common motion gestures seen in Mario Party 8 revolve around point and click, shooting, shaking, waving, turning and twisting the Wii remote. The minigames in Mario Party 8 were okay. There were a few gems, but the rest were mediocre at best. The plot isn't as in-depth as Mario Party DS, but in Mario Party 8, the character that the player selects goes through the 6 levels of the Star Carnival. The carnival is hosted by MC Ballyhoo, who in all honesty is probably my favourite party host in the series. Ballyhoo shows us the prize for winning in the Star Carnival, and what else would it be but a lifetime supply of candy? With Mario Party being a kids game, the goal of winning for candy is rather understandable, but it also works quite well as the items in this game are candies, whilst in the previous Mario Party games it was orbs and capsules. The Star Carnival takes place on each of the 6 boards, and in accomplishing the set goals on each map, we have a brawl against Bowser, return to the carnival with Ballyhoo, and thus we are granted the title of Superstar, and then the credits roll. My main issue with the main campaign, however, it seems rather tedious having to play it twice just to unlock another side character. But of course, I did it without second thought. My point is, it just wasn't as much fun having to replay the same stupid mission mode again. Now, the previously mentioned boards in Mario Party 8 are easily some of my most favoured in the franchise. The mere setting of them all is very distinctive from one another, and the goal in each of them being dissimilar is quite appeasing too. Examples being in DK's Treetop Temple, players navigate across the board to get a star which is shuffled in random locations. The star always costs 20 coins, and once a star is grabbed, the star then moves. However, in Koopa's Tycoon Town, easily the most inventive board in the series by the way, players invest money into hotels in order to earn stars. The more money invested, the more stars gained. Perhaps that idea sounds a little familiar. The difference in goals makes them more refreshing to revisit or try, but my only problem with this is that there are only 6 maps, only 5 if you haven't bothered with the main campaign. So I've discussed the visual aesthetic of the boards in Mario Party, but what is the premise of the game? The gameplay in Mario Party 8 is quite similar to that of the previous games, so I can more or less summarise classic Mario Party to a T here. Players move around the board collecting coins in order to buy stars, and the player with the most stars by the end wins. Players earn coins by winning minigames or by traversing the map and landing on lucky spaces, blue spaces, and even green spaces can lead to money collection. Unlike other Mario Parties, the item used to help the character progress more is candies, which like the stars are also bought with the virtual currency or via running onto a candy space on the map. The candy in Mario Party 8 has distinctive colours in order to stand out as their own thing. Red candies are relative to the dice block, green candies are items which transform the player to allow a specific action, blue items are offense related, and finally, the yellow candies transform the player until the dice roll has been completed. The colour of the space that each player is on at the end of the turn occasionally determines what kind of minigame arrangement will be used. For instance, if 2 players are on red spaces and the other 2 are on blue spaces, the minigame arrangement will most likely be 2 versus 2. And once the minigame is finished, a certain amount of coins will be given out, and after this the turn is finished. An advantage over the Mario Party predecessors that Mario Party 8 has is its character roster. Before this, the highest total of playable characters we had seen in the franchise was 12, and this was in Mario Party 7. Mario Party 8 features 15 players, with all but 1 being visible on the main roster. Mario Party 7's 12 characters reappear, with the 3 new entries being Blooper, Hammer Bro, and a Mii. However, the Miis can only be used in the extra modes, and the addition of Blooper isn't necessarily an exciting one. I have to say the opposite for Hammer Bro though. God damn, is he a solid entry. In addition to the campaign and multiplayer modes, Mario Party 8 also features a lot of extra modes. Examples being Flip Out Frenzy, which has you completing mini-games, then claiming certain parts of a board. Tic Tac Drop, which similar to Tic Tac Toe has you marking out spaces inside of a little container, which the location that gets picked is all down to the player. Once again, it is also reliant on minigame completion. There's a few more, but they all follow quite a similar premise to the previously mentioned game modes. It's either just free play or an objective based game mode. These modes are by no means bad or not fun, it just simply gets outshunned by the multiplayer mode. This is as the game is far more fun to play with others, and lackluster minigames aren't enough to maintain a player's attention for any longer than an hour. The final topic I'm going to discuss is the visuals and the audio. The graphics are not really that impressive, however with saying this, the graphics are not unpleasant, quite the opposite. The game looks good, but it doesn't look that much different from every other Mario Party game on the GameCube. Hell, you could argue it looks more visually pleasing in Mario Party 7 due to some areas being over-brightened in 8. The sound design in Mario Party 8 is great. All sound effects match up nicely and the music is so unfitting, but fitting at the same time. What I mean by this is that the music doesn't sound like something you would expect from a Mario Party game. More Mario Strikers, but nevertheless the music is also very good. I couldn't find a single bad track, and the repetition of music in the boards did not bother me in the slightest, since the music presented is so catchy and the gameplay that goes along with it works fantastic. But my final rating for Mario Party 8 is an 8 out of 10. How fitting. The game definitely sold well, with having sold 8.85 million copies worldwide, but I think it's fair to say by the time this came out, people were quite bored of Mario Party's yearly releases, especially since each time not many changes were made to the formula. Mario Party 8 I have always loved. It's the one that I grew up with alongside of 4 and DS. However, that doesn't change the many issues that the game has. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'm really sorry this one came out so late. I didn't have any internet for over a week, and because of this I couldn't really work on the video. Thanks for having patience with me, and God of War is next. So, bye.